Buckle up, because what's happening in Washington right now is sending shockwaves across the country. A massive Social Security bombshell just dropped, and it's not pretty. According to a scathing report from the Social Security Administration's own Inspector General, a staggering $18 billion has vanished, either lost through incompetence, wasted through mismanagement, or fraudulently siphoned away while no one was watching. And make no mistake, this isn't some quiet accounting error. This is your money, the dollars taken from every paycheck you've ever earned, meant to be safeguarded for your retirement. Instead, it disappeared into a bureaucratic black hole. Dead people, fake beneficiaries, improper payments. The Inspector General has the receipts, and now the walls are shaking in D.C. While this fraud was quietly bleeding Social Security dry, our politicians in Washington did what they do best: nothing. They knew about these errors. They had reports stacked high warning them about waste and abuse. But nobody wanted to touch the issue, especially not before an election. So they swept it under the rug and let your money vanish while they smiled for the cameras. And now, the panic is setting in. Washington bureaucrats are scrambling behind closed doors, desperate to control the narrative. But President Trump isn't staying silent. Instead, he's getting ready to unveil a housing market plan that could shake the system to its core and unlock opportunities for everyday Americans, the same Americans who've been shut out of homeownership thanks to a rigged economy that only works for the elite. While your Social Security dollars evaporated, millions of Americans were priced out of the housing market. The same corrupt system that mismanaged retirement funds also inflated home prices, restricted access to loans, and kept everyday families stuck in a cycle of rent and debt. But Trump's proposed plan, though not fully revealed, reportedly aims to change that, potentially disrupting the housing industry in a way that terrifies D.C. insiders. Why are they so scared? Because they know that if this housing plan becomes public, and if Americans find out just how deep the corruption in Social Security goes, the political class could be forced to answer for decades of betrayal. Let's break this down. $18 billion could have helped millions of seniors living on fixed incomes. It could have meant full prescriptions instead of split pills, hot meals instead of skipped ones, and peace of mind instead of fear. Instead, it was flushed down the drain while politicians pointed fingers and made excuses. What's even more infuriating is that this $18 billion is just what they've admitted to. Who knows how much more has disappeared quietly over the years? The trust fund that supports Social Security is on track to run dry in less than 8 years. The Congressional Budget Office and the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget have both confirmed it. And when that day comes, dual-income couples could see benefit cuts of up to $18,000 a year, a devastating blow for families who did everything right. And yet, even with the alarm bells ringing, Washington continues to deny, distract, and delay. The fraud is ongoing. The damage is real. And the people who let it happen are still calling the shots. Now more than ever, Americans are asking, who will actually fix this mess? Can we trust the same insiders who covered up the problem to clean it up? Or do we need someone from outside the system to take a sledgehammer to the status quo? President Trump's bold actions are reigniting that debate. His housing market plan may still be under wraps, but the reaction from the political establishment says it all. They're terrified of the shakeup, and that means it might be exactly what the country needs. In the meantime, if you're struggling with housing costs or healthcare expenses, don't fall for high-cost plans or bad advice. Companies like Chapter are helping people across the country find better options that save money and deliver real value. People like Julie from Kansas and Catherine Garcia found hundreds in savings and the right coverage, simply because they got honest, unbiased help. So while Washington melts down over $18 billion in vanished Social Security funds, real Americans are waking up, getting smart, and demanding change. The swamp is being exposed, and this time, it might not survive the truth.